Hello Flosstube! Welcome to my channel. I am Natalia and this is my Flosstube channel where I share my cross-stitch projects, my finishes, my purchases, and talk about my plans. So I'm going to move through some of this kind of quickly. I have a lot of purchases to share and I don't want this video to go on extremely long. So we'll start with what I worked on this week. I have a finish. So I've been taking these Flower Fairy kits to work. My sister found these while thrifting. You can still find some of these on eBay if you're interested. This is a Flower Fairies kit based on the artwork by Cicely Mary Barker by Designs for the Needle. This one is number 5504, the Michaelmas Daisy Fairy. And I've actually finished this one. So here it is. This one had a lot of lazy daisies. And this was the first one that had like another little critter in it. So it actually had it in the pattern to put the little sparkly opalescent floss in the butterfly's wings too, as well as his fairy wings over here. Super sparkly. I'm happy. Can't wait to see what I end up doing with all these when I'm done. So that's the only finish that I have to share with you this week. But I did start the next one. These are all done with kit materials. And these are, it's like a printed Ada, 14 count Ada. This is the next Flower Fairy kit I started on. It's number 5503, the Yarrow Fairy. This is where I'm at currently. She's got a lot of cross stitching down here by her feet, and then some stitches for the grass, and then some stitching on this plant. There's a few scattered stitches in her dress, but it's not completely, the instructions don't call for the rest to be completely stitched. And we have lots and lots of lacy daisies and the leaves and French knots. If I have not become an expert by the time I finish all these kits on stitching French knots, there's no hope for me. Look at all of those. Some of them definitely look neater than others, but practice definitely helps make them look a little bit better. This one is the first kit I had that had opalescent threads. Other than the wings, they had some in the background here for, I guess, some of the background plants. But yeah, I think the only thing I have left to do is the opalescent on her, the veins in her wings, and then stitch the name of the fairy, which I do for all these after I'm done. So yeah, looking forward to making that a finish sometime this week. Okay, the next things that I worked on was my Leap Day project. My Leap Day start that I started this year was Nightingale by Mirabilia. This is what she'll look like when she's finished. And this is where she's at now. I'm stitching her 2/1 on, I found this as like a scrap tablecloth linen, and I dyed it myself with some powder dyes. I tried to get a count on it. It's close to 28, but it's a little smaller, so it's like 29, around 29 count. This is where I am so far. Look at all those blues. It's looking so good on this fabric. And I already have this section of the skirt stitched. I'm making my way. I don't know if, we'll see. I kind of want to get to like the outer edge of the last layer of this dress and then start working down and filling a lot of these gaps. But I'm enjoying working on this. So that's where I'm at on my Nightingale. The next whip I worked on was one of my Gecko Rouge kits. This is the first of two kits that I'm currently working on. It's called Yin Yang Dragons by JoJo's Art or Jonas Jodek. Kit is by Gecko Rouge, and they create a lot of kits based off different artwork. I really like their kits. They're really well done. I've finished one other one by them. And that is one of the few finishes I still have in my house. Maybe one day I'll do a video where I show some of those. So this is where we're at. I've been working on color completion. I started this whole first row of pages was done 1/1, and then I've transitioned to doing 2/1 tent and making a little bit more progress that way. I was parking a lot of this when I was doing 1/1 to like just try out. This is typically not how I work my projects. I did the first row of pages and then it just wasn't, I wasn't getting the progress that I wanted, so I just worked in all the threads. I don't think parking is for me. I'm just, you know, trying different things, see if I can improve my methods or see what works better for me based off what I see other people doing on their full coverage designs. This is stitched on 28 gridded even weave. That's what the Gecko Rouge site says. You can see they give you plenty of extra fabric. If I would have thought this through, I might have gotten a bit of extra fabric to work with, but I'm happy with having lots of extra for framing purposes. The little section that I outlined is going to be the full design by the time I'm done. But yeah, I think I'm 30% of the way in on this, so I still have a ways to go, but this is one of the projects I'm hoping to finish this year. So that's where we're at with my dragons, my Yin dragons. The next one also has dragons. This is my King of Thrones piece. It's another Gecko Rouge kit. The art is by Dalen Ogden, and it's called Dracarys. Both of these designs, as far as I know, are still on their website. There are some designs that have been phased out, but both of these should be on the website if you're interested in buying the kits for yourself. Again, I'm doing this one on 28 count even weave. This one I started and I'm currently doing it 2/1 tent. And this one I'm actually like 25%, maybe 25, 26%. I'm not gonna take this one out of the Q-snap. This is like a huge piece and it's gonna be a hassle to try to get all the fabric back in. It has over 224,000 stitches. I've been working on getting this background section filled in before I start finishing these circle of flame decals, and then starting out work more on the dragon, and then eventually work on Daenerys. But yeah, enjoying working on this one. This one's more of a long-term project, but I am going to focus more of my time on this after I finish the Yin Yang dragons. That one I'm working as an anniversary piece for me and my husband. I think the goal that I had set for this piece for this month is already completed. I think I wanted to get 3,000 stitches in, and I already added that working on this background color. So I'll probably be putting this one away unless I finish my other goals and decide to pull it out again. So you probably won't see this next week. So that's it for everything that I worked on this past week. My plans, I want to keep working on the Nightingale and the dragons, and of course I'm taking those fairies to work. Once I finish the Yarrow fairy up, I think I have 2 more kits left, and then after I finish those I'll start pulling out some of my advent starts. Something else I've been working on this past week, I've been making little stitchy gifts to take with me to my first cross-stitch retreat that I'll be going to later this year. I've been working on like individually packaging them. Moving stuff around here. I forgot to bring these out. I've already packaged all the counting pins that I made. Like this. And this is part of my purchases for this week. I bought some scrapbook paper. This is more like cardstock. This is just scrapbook paper, and I just threaded it on there for the counting pins. And I've just been putting them in little plastic bags so that the pins don't come out. These I'm not worried about necessarily losing, but if I find more plastic bags, I'm sure I have some lying around here somewhere. I'll put these in bags too. These are my zipper pulls that I've been making. And then I also have some scissor fobs with buttons, and I feel like some of these have already gotten packaged away too. But there's plenty of goodies for me to take the stitching retreat that I'll be going to with this year. So I'll also be working on that. I try to make a few every day to use up the supplies that I got, and then I'll set all that aside. So hopefully I'll be done by the day of the retreat. Well, by the time I need to start packing for the retreat. So we'll move on to purchases. I have a lot of purchases this past week. I didn't really buy anything at the beginning of the month, well, year, for the first few months of the year. My mom was in town and we like to go shopping and thrifting, and that's typically when I buy my cross-stitch supplies. I go to a lot of thrift stores. I do like to get things on the secondary market for lower prices than what I would sometimes find them brand new, especially like floss or fabric, different things like that. So the first thing I'm not going to show you in this video, but I actually was able to get a serger. I had the goal of getting a serger to finish the ends of my fabric. I do a lot of fabric dyeing for myself. I have not ever tried to sell any of it, but and I do have a sewing machine so I can zigzag the edges, but I wanted to try out a serger, so I've had my eye out on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm finally able to get one that was, you know, lightly used for like $125. I haven't tried using it yet, but you know, the people I bought it from let me look it over and stuff and said they had only used it. Well, I don't think they had ever used it. I think they pulled it out of the box and then put it right back in. It was still in the box with everything included, so I thought that was a pretty good find for $125. So that was basically like a belated Christmas gift to myself. The other things I also don't have to show. Forbidden Fabric Co. is releasing, they do, you know, boxes and sals for based off different movies and pop references. They're releasing one for Ever After. I love that movie, and I immediately, like, I've been watching them. They were saying that they're going to come out with Jumanji, and they've come out with some other things, like they've come out with a Friends box and stuff like that. And I was just on the cusp of pulling the trigger on that, and then I saw that she was releasing one for Ever After, so I had to jump on that. So I bought that. That's not going to be shipped until later in April. And then I bought another kit from her from Jurassic Park. That one I'm still waiting on. When that comes in, I'll wait to do a video to open it for you guys. So then the rest of these purchases are from crafty thrift stores that I went with, either with my mom or with some friends. So we'll start with the first one. There is a thrift store in Nashville called Smart Art Supplies. There's another thrift store that opened closer to me called So Ducking Right. I can tag them below. This is where I bought this stuff. But Smart has also started giving them donations, so it might work better in my favor to go there from now on. But this is some of the cardstock that I bought to package all the stitchy gifts that I'm making. I got that for $3. I scared my puppy dog. Then I got this stack of paper that I use for my pins with nice beachy themes. I also got some Christmas fabric to finish my Yippee-Ki-Yay cross stitch. I thought that was a nice backing fabric for that. And then, I forgot I got these. I got some little charms for some of my scissor fobs, or zipper pulls. I can use them for either, I guess. There's just 4 in there, little heart charms. Got some beads. And they had some Sharpie pens for fairly cheap. So I got some purples and pinks and blues. So that was my first visit to that store. with some friends, and then the second time I went with my mom, and I got this. I found some of these, some of the original, oop, let me not show the patterns, sorry about that, but they're the good quality cardboard Prairie Schooler patterns. I found a Prairie Schooler Christmas, a Prairie Year, Holiday Homestead, and this one is not Prairie Schooler, but it was another cute one that I saw. I like the little farm animals. Cedar Hill Country. I figure these could make cute little pin pillows or finishes. Really simple. You can do them in variegated threads pretty easily. So, got those. I also found some wooden clothespins. I had a brain fart for a second. Forgot what these were called. Yeah, so they had them for 25 cents. I'm probably going to use it to hang out my hand-dyed fabric after I dyed it to let it dry. I also just bought this random skein of floss. I think I need this color or something. So I'll just add that to my stash. They were selling their floss for like 10 cents. They had just gotten some floss in, so definitely can't beat that for DMC. Got these butterfly stickers and a palette. This is not for me. A friend of mine paints, and I think this is a nice to-go palette. Like that. I also found this cross-stitch magazine. There's like one pattern in here that I thought was really nice. Not that the other ones aren't, but I can see myself actually stitching this. Okay, this is not the pattern, so I can show you. Look at that. It's called Love Letter. That looks so pretty. And you don't have to do it. I mean, you can pick, you know, any DMC color and it'll turn out beautiful, but I'm trying to see, do they say the designer? It says it uses 9 skeins of DMC. Okay, it says the design is by Dixie Falls. It says Dixie Falls. This is the Classic Cross Stitch, a Needle Arts Collection, February-March edition, 1991, volume 4, number 1. So I found that there as well. And I got it for that pattern, but I can do a little, there's not a lot in here, I can show you. So they have these bunnies, bunny nap. That one is by Virginia Soskin. They have, flip the page for this. This is by Gary Bowling, Ideal Old Fashioned Iris. That's pretty. They have, this is by Helene Rush. It's called Just Ducky. It's kind of cute. I don't know if I would actually make this, but it does look cute. Oh, this is, okay, but it's got this, I guess I'll rip this out of here. It's got one of those, oop. Okay, well, let me not stab myself. One of those mailing things in the center. Okay, this is called Rabbits at Home, and it's by Georgia Ball. Look at that. Yeah, there's only a few more patterns in here. This is by Mary Ellen Yannick. Natural Beauty on Fine Count. So this is stitched on 30 count Murano. Looks very cute. Little butterfly. And then this one is like a collection of smaller patterns. Yeah, this is the last one. It's by Virginia Soskin again. And it's just got these cute little patterns. This one says, our hearts are entwined by threads which none can break. That's cute. little piano with a rose. Reflections of me, my treasures be. That's cute. Precious keepsakes my collection makes. Got a little fan. Says this bead and gilt mirror. Interesting. And then it's just, the bottom is just close-ups of those patterns. So yeah, so we got that magazine. Then I went to Goodwill. What's this? Yes. At Goodwill, I got this really big tote bag. It's got this cute sparkly pineapple. I'm thinking I'm going to put all my supplies and like add it up. I can probably use this for the Stitchy Retreat. It's just mesh and got a little pocket in here and it zips shut. I can use it for the Stitchy Retreat, but I'm thinking in the meantime I'm probably going to store the stuff that I need for my Flosstube videos for the next upcoming video in there, because it's got plenty of space and it can hold my bigger Q-snops. I also bought another wall calendar for 2024. I'm probably going to take this to work. They changed the way they do our wall calendars at work, so we can't see multiple months. So I'm going to, like, I saw somebody at work buy a couple extra calendars and then just put it so they can plan for the upcoming quarter. So I like that idea. So I'm going to do that too. It's got some, like, really nice nature photos with the dolphins. And the deer. Oh, it is so cute. Cuties. It's got all these pictures. So, I got that for 99 cents. And I also got this smaller bag there. I might, if we do a exchange, I might give whoever I get this bag with whatever I think they were saying we were going to do an ornament exchange. I might put my ornament in here. I just thought it was nice. If not, I can just put a bunch of stitchy notions in there. So that's what I got from Goodwill. There is another store run by Raquel. She used to work with me and she opened up her own thrift consignment store. And I went by there with my mom and I found some things. I found this. It's got like a little handle on it. And it's got side pockets. Ooh, there's stuff in here. Somebody's. Ooh, okay, I'll throw that away later. I guess I did not check that pocket when I was going through it the first time. But I got this for like $3. And it's got lots of zippers. It's got this little thing for pens, or you can put my scissors in, or up here. It's got another little mesh area down here, a little folder for patterns, another folder for patterns, and it's also got like there's a little hard cardboard here and back here, so it's pretty good for, it's got like a foam insert here, so it'd be good to secure like your nicer patterns, and you could keep them safe. So I'm going to start kitting up something else in there. I also found, ooh, I can't wait to use these. I really love self-care products, and I found these for $4. They had Easter egg bath bombs, so I can't wait to they're all meadow flower scented, so I'm looking forward to trying these. And I also got this for $3. It's a little ring holder. I don't have one, and I kind of need one. I keep leaving my wedding ring like next to the sink where it could very likely fall in when I'm washing dishes, or I have to take it off to wash my hands for whatever reason. So I found this to help me with that. And I also found this nice bag. It's got like a pretty long strap. This was only $4. The designer says it's lily waters. It's got like a little zipper bag on the inside, and it's got like 2 quilted pockets, one big, one smaller, and it zips shut as well. I thought it was a nice pattern. I like the grays and like the prints. on here. It's a nice quilted bag. It's got smaller pockets in the front too. So I might also take this to the quilty retreat or use it as like a to-go bag if I ever wanted to take some cross stitch with me to work on in the library, or use that as my stitchy bag to take to work. That looked really nice. So I got that. For my last haul, this is my smart art supplies. I went to drop my mother off at the airport, and I stopped in on before I headed back home, and I got some goodies. I found this, a bunch of different beads, very sparkly, different kinds, big assortment for only $2. So I got that for my scissor fobs and things. I got some pens. I like good quality pens, and if I can find them in good condition secondhand. Smart sells their pens for 10 cents a piece, so especially G2 Pilot pens. I love these pens. They can be kind of expensive. So I found 2 of those, Sharpie pens, some nice fine pens. So I got those. I found this one. It looks really cute. It's got like a little Dalmatian puppy. And it's a fine tip pen too. It looks like it's a Manami? It's made in Korea. Thought it was cute. So I got that. I got more beads. So many beads. So I found these seashells. I thought that would make a really nice scissor fob ending charm. I found these. They're like little, I don't know if these are like real gemstone hearts or not, but they're small enough hearts that I think I could use it for cross stitch. So I'm probably gonna set those aside. I'm not gonna use them for my fobs. Or even leaves. Like they're heart shaped, but you could use them for leaves too, if you want to add buttons to your piece. I got a bunch of pearl buttons. They're like faceted too. These would be really good for pens too. Some of the smaller ones would work pretty good. And then some of the bigger ones I can use on my fobs. I got some of these. I think I might hold off on using these until I actually make more pins, because I feel like they would be good. We'll see. We'll see what I end up using these for. I got some of these nice pearl beads. Or not pearl, purple beads. These beads look really cool. They got like a shiny finish to them. Different colors. And I found this. I haven't opened this yet, but I'm assuming a lot of this is like jewelry stuff. Seems like there's backs in there. I could probably put some of those on my pins. And then some more crystal beads, different colors. Could use that on my zipper pulls and scissor fobs. I also got these beads. This is a pretty nice. Some Blue Moon Premium Glass Seed beads. Those are always nice to use in cross stitching. I really prefer to use higher quality beads in my cross stitching. Some of the other beads that I have that are not pleasant to stitch with, I've been trying to get rid of them or use them up. These, I think this is like, I don't know, it doesn't say that it's Walmart brand, but it almost looks like a Walmart brand bead, but the color was interesting, so I was going to try to use this in some of my fobs. And then I actually did find a roll of Krennic there, 005 black. I feel like this is used in some of the Mirabilias, so I'll be able to use that. I found these. They're Metler Metallics. I found a green one and a pink one. Sometimes I like to use, I'll use one thread of this metallic and then a thread of DMC floss, and I'll use that to add some sparkle to my projects. And then I found a bunch of these that are the right weight to use, or at least I think they're the right way to use as embroidery floss. There's a lot of pinks. I'm thinking of doing, I have Persephone and I have the fabric that I already dyed for her, and I wanted to do a Lore of Olympus conversion on her skin. And so I have a lot of pinks. to choose from for her shading. I'm hoping this will be enough. If not, I could probably sub with some DMCs. But they look very nice. Pretty colors. And then the last thing that I got at Smart was fabric. These were not in the cross-stitch section. They have a section where they keep cross-stitch Aida and other fabrics. I found these in their fabric section, but I feel like these are fabrics that I could stitch with. I think I counted this, and it was close to 28 count. But it's not, the weave isn't too close together. So I feel like I could use this for some primitive stitching. Not that I have a lot of that, but I got a pretty nice cut. If I pull it out completely, I don't know. I'm not completely, because I don't buy a lot of hand-dyed fabric. There is some pieces that I have bought from dyers, but I can't tell you exactly what this size is. Whether it's like a fat quarter or... but it's a pretty good size piece. So I found that. And they had these fabrics for $4 a pound. So if you're going to be using it for cross-stitching, that is a deal, no matter how you slice it. This is a huge piece of fabric. And it is, from what I can tell with my bare eye, an even weave. It almost looks like if I were to see cross-stitching fabric, if somebody told me what this was cross-stitching fabric, I would think this was a cashel linen. Because it's got like some, it doesn't quite have slubs, but not all the threads are even. Like there's some of them are thicker. I guess even is not the word for it, but you know. But this is white. This is a huge piece. I can definitely get a lot of dyed fabric out of this. And if it's the right size, like it's thick enough, it's not as thin as the fabric that I'm using for Nightingale. The fabric that I'm using for Nightingale, I'm stitching up on it. I was nervous about using it. It is usable. It is definitely stitchable. I have to watch my tension, and I definitely need a hoop or frame to have it in to stitch on. This, I feel like I could probably stitch in hand. I really think I could. I think there's enough substance to it that I could definitely stitch this in hand. So, I think for all of this, there's one more huge cut of fabric. And this is like, I don't know, this is like a yard. No, it's more than that. This is a bed sheet. This is so long. So I can definitely get some good pieces out of this. So we have this piece of fabric, this piece of fabric, and then this last piece of fabric that I found. And it is also very, very big, very huge. Look at that, all of that. Light blue, very nice color. Could stitch some of my soda stitch mermaids on this. That is definitely stitchable. There was another fabric that was close to this, but the threads were too scrunched up. The holes weren't very visible. So it seemed like it was going to be more difficult to stitch on it. This, I can't remember if after I counted it up, it almost would be like stitching, like if I did 2/1, it would be like 16 or 18 count Aida equivalent. So that would be, what, do some math here, 32, 36 count, something like that. It's a very nice light blue color. It's not very pilly. I think that's going to be great to stitch on. I have to try to find maybe a small project to try out the fabric and see how that's going to go. But it's so big. There's somebody that I've watched, Gemma Stitches. Gemma? I said, okay, with a G. Gemma Stitches. She does full coverage designs on like 14 count Aida. And they're huge, but she can work them in hand sometimes. And she probably uses a Q-snap. But I'm thinking if I had a project like that, I could maybe work it in hand. I don't know. It seems ridiculous, but I want to try it. It seems like she's making a lot of progress on it because it's a lot easier for her to work on it. And she's just flying through this piece that she's working on right now. It's a heaven and earth design. So I want to I'm toying with the idea of trying something like that. I do have one Heaven and Earth chart, and I have had it for a few years now, haven't started it. I might make that my birthday start this year. We'll see, fingers crossed. But yes, for these 3 pieces of fabric that I could use for cross stitching, as big as they are, for tons of different projects, I think I got it for less than 11 bucks. Yeah. I'm looking very forward to dyeing some of this. Don't know when I'll get to that, because I do want to get some progress in some things I'm already stitching, but... And I think that is finally it for haul. When I finally figure out how to work my serger, I might take a video of me running it. If I learn anything through the process, I'm more familiar with working, like, I have basic knowledge when I say that. I'm by no means a seamstress. I have basic knowledge of how to work my sewing machine. I know sergers, sometimes you have issues threading them. I don't know, I've just seen a lot of comments on the reviews about how difficult that can be on certain models. This one's like a brother machine. If I have difficulties and I figure it out, I'll try to include a video of how I figured that out for if anybody's interested in getting a similar machine. But until... Oh, wait, I almost forgot my shoutouts. And this is a package of beads that I apparently forgot to show to you. They're just, it says 12-0. I don't know if that's right. They don't seem like they're that... Well, maybe they are so small. Some nice black beads. I always can use these for, like, eyes. You know, you can substitute eyes or, you know, on little animals or other things. Nice. So I'm happy to get that. Okay, let's get to the last thing, which is shoutouts. This week, I watched a lot of different people. I mentioned in one of my previous videos, and I couldn't remember off the top of my head who gave me this idea for doing this with your full coverage designs. I know people make pin cushions that have a similar theme, where you do the same thing, you stitch, you know, different numbers and then put your needle in there. I don't know how I feel about that being, how secure that is. This, like, it's through the paper, you really have to, like, tug on it to make it loosen. I feel like this is a little bit more secure. I got this idea from Laura Gurr. I will tag her below. She has not made a new video here recently, but she is worth a watch. It would totally be worth your time to even go back to her very first video and just watch all the ones that she has on Flosstube. She works on a lot of really beautiful full coverage pieces, and she also has a couple other crafts. I think she also does, like, the Lego sets, and she has some weaving that she showed. They're really beautiful. Definitely recommend her. I also saw the latest video from Kay at Kay and the Cave of Possibilities. I love her videos. She's took a break from Flosstube, and now she started recording semi-regularly again. She makes beautiful project bags, and she loves, I'm having another brain fart here. There's a particular type of flower. Pansies. She loves pansies. So she's working on a pansy chart right now. She's cross-stitching, and then she also does beautiful knitting. So go check her out. The other person that I saw recently was Erin at Erin Elizabeth Designs. She has the cutest patterns. Little birds, little bunnies. So cute. I really have to start, like, trying to break up all these full coverage pieces that I keep wanting to start with maybe some smaller projects, especially to take to work, because obviously it's a lot less convenient to take my huge Gecko Rouge kit into work than just taking some of the smaller Flower Fairy kits or, you know, some small things to work on. So once I finish some of my Flower Fairies and some of the other things, I might purchase some of her designs and take those to work. They're really cute projects, and they seem like they work out pretty quick, and they make the cutest finishes. The other person, I have not watched the video yet, but I have to run D at D Stitcher. She used to make videos all the time. I watched her stitch so many things. I think she's, some of her earlier videos, I saw her stitching the Brooks books. Advent Christmas, or Countdown to Christmas. Animals. She's prolific. She has so many projects. I don't know if she has all of her videos left on her channel, but she had taken a break from Flosstube for a minute, and now I see that she's recording again, so I have to run over there and see that latest video. And then, of course, Leanne at Leanne Stitches from Forbidden Fiber Co. Go and see her videos. She dyes the most amazing yarns. She dyes floss. She's coming out with these boxes. If you are interested in participating in the Ever After style, I will be participating in it. Go run and buy the box now. I saw she gives you like an idea of what the mock-up is on, I can't remember if she shows it on the website or if she just gave us a preview on her Instagram. Go check her out on Instagram too. I'm really excited about it. If you're thinking of participating or you signed up and bought the kit to start the style as well, leave me a message down below. I'm still seeing if somebody might start a hashtag for it on Instagram. I know Instagram's gotten weird about their hashtags, but if I see some people that start doing it as well, I might just tag those people when I post on Instagram about it and see if I keep up with everybody that's doing the style. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope you have a great week. I hope tomorrow is better than today and whatever you might be going through, you know. I'm thinking of all the cliches right now. It's always darkest before the dawn, etc., etc. But tomorrow's another day, you know. I'm recording this on daylight savings time here in the state, and I feel like I really low energy, did not get enough sleep, still making the adjustment. But I'm sure if I, go to bed early, tomorrow will be better than today was. And hopefully it'll be the same for you. Hopefully you're getting enough time to do some crafting. And I hope things will get better if they're not going so great for you now. Bye. See you in the next one.